in the process of spray painting this instrument, which some of you may have noticed on the channel last week, I had to remove the strings, and I managed to break the Zill string, and when I put it together, I obviously had to put a new string on it. I used a guitar string, 14 gauge, but it doesn't tune right. So this is a Zill instrument, so it's narrow, it's not very tall, it plays a very high-pitched sound. Usually with my instrument, all the instruments I've made in the past, I've put 14 gauge on the Zill and then 2 A strings on the other. That's always been my setup. I generally get GDA tuning, but now that I'm purchasing instruments from different luthiers, they all have different strings on them, and so I don't know what they've got on them. So the problem with replacing the strings, and I've noticed a lot of people asking questions about strings, and I may do a series on types of strings to put on different instruments to help people. Let me know if you'd like me to do that. And I thought this would be a good one just to document it for my own record, to see if I've heard that E, A, D. So these instruments you don't put guitar strings on them because a guitar string has a different tone. So you put an E violin, A violin in the middle, and a D. So even though this one I don't think, well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have that set up because the other 2 strings are the same. Could be 2 A's, could be 2 D's, probably 2 A's. I don't know, and that's the problem. I don't know what's on it. I will look up to see what the red ball ends are. It's a bit confusing, but anyway, this video is just to show what the difference between a 14 gauge and an E string on the Zill string. So let me just play the instrument for my own record as well. So this is on the Gapan side. Okay, now on the Zill side, you notice that the Zill doesn't, it's got to be a lot higher. That's the tightest I can tune it without breaking it. So obviously this string is not right, so I'll quickly, the string that I'm going to put on it is this one here, D'addario Prelude. So these are a type of beginner, you put it on students' instruments. They're fairly cheap, so I got this for about $9 Australian, which is about $6 US, from the local music store. It's an E string, it's 4/4, so it's a full-length instrument. But this one here comes in low, medium and high tension. So I had a look on their website. The tension is the length. That's the only difference. The length of the chord apparently makes a difference in the sound. Now, according to their website, the medium tension, this is the instrument, the string here, it does have coloured ends, so which the other string doesn't, but anyway, we're about to find out if that makes any difference. The length of the instrument that they quote is from here, it's the playing length, so it doesn't include the colour here, so it's starting from here to here. Okay, and it says on the website about 16 inches, and that's exactly what it is. It's not the full length, it's not from ball to tip. So, and for a Kemenche, which I think this one's around 50 something centimetres, you need a medium tone or 16 inches playing length, or I'm not sure about the full length, but I'll check it. I don't think I'll put in the comments actually the full length, but I don't think the lower tension will fit on the Kemenche. So let me put it on and we'll see what the difference is. I'll just quickly play it again, just for reference. So that's the side we want to see if it makes any difference. So I'll put that string on and we'll see how it tunes up. Okay, so the string is on. That's it there, the one on the left or the right, whichever way you're looking at it. My left. So let's see if it tunes now. That's the lower pitched. So it does tune properly. So that sounds pretty good. So that's success in my eyes, so that's pretty good. So it looks like if you've got a very thin instrument like this, let me just measure it. I'm guessing it's about seven or so centimeters in width. But anyway, it's basically called a ZIL instrument. This one's 7.5. So if you've got a ZIL instrument that plays really high pitched, and you want to change a ZIL string, which is that one, the high pitched one, it's an E string. Now that's a very basic, a very cheap string, and it basically played straight away. I could possibly do other videos on different E strings, maybe more expensive one at some stage. But if you'd like, now the question now is what the other two are. So that's the other thing. I might buy a pair of a full set of violin strings and maybe try them on this instrument, other instruments, because I've got a whole heap of instruments now which I've purchased, and they've all got different coloured. There's red, there's purple, there's all sorts of strings on them, and I don't know what they are. So, and I've noticed a lot of people are asking similar questions. So if you'd like me to do more, I'll probably do it anyway, but I'll just for my own interest, because I've never really experimented with strings. Feels pretty good. So anyway, regardless, despite having the colour, so none of my other ZIL instrument doesn't have a coloured thing here, so I don't know why this one does. But anyway, I hope that helps people with choice of strings for a ZIL instrument.